No matter who you're talking about, there is one thing that every human in this world desires and craves to some extent: praise. Any achievement of significant importance to you that you obtain is bound to feel good, but that feeling of joy and accomplishment you get is increased tenfold when you also receive the praise of others alongside it. From a hard test aced to a job interview nailed to a difficult video game level beat, all of these things feel good to accomplish on their own, but when you raise the stakes of these accomplishments by including the presence of other people, the reward of actually achieving these things becomes much, much greater. However, with a greater reward usually comes a greater risk as well. When other people are relying on you to succeed, the punishment for failure is far greater, as you have not only let yourself down, but you've let down these other people as well. Because humans are social creatures, a desire to fit into a group and be accepted by them is part of our basic human psychology, and when we earn that place in a group or earn our acceptance, the joy we feel is unlike any other. But if we fail to prove our worth or impress those in this group and get either overlooked or denied entry, then the guilt and pain that can be felt from this rejection can and will be increased tenfold. All of this is just a fancy way to explain why clutching in Vermintide can be so difficult. Other games like Dark Souls or Getting Over It may be harder to beat in theory, but I would bet that many would find it easier to beat a boss in Dark Souls than clutch in Vermintide due to there being an extra 6 set of eyes on you who are fully relying on you to save the game and keep the run going, whereas in a game like Dark Souls, it doesn't matter if you die 30 times to the tutorial boss, as the only one who is going to see your failures and judge you for them is you. So then, how can you make clutching in Vermintide easier for yourself? How can people like Moopshark, Newtype, Fuplaayz, and myself play at our full efficiency and clutch games while interacting with a live audience and seem so relaxed? The answer is simpler than you may think, but it's also one that you may not want to hear. Practice. Now, what the four of us have in common is that we haven't just practiced Vermintide. We have all really practiced Vermintide. So much so to the point where our playing is pure muscle memory and more often than not doesn't require much active thinking to pull off. This is a phenomenon referred to as overpractice, which sounds simple but is a very real thing. Overpractice exists most commonly in musicians who sing and play an instrument at the same time, as they have spent so much time practicing their instrument they no longer need to put much thought or effort into playing it. They simply let their fingers do the work and let their muscle memory take over, allowing them to put most of their focus into singing. A brief side note and lesson in vocal technique and training: stress or nervousness of any kind can and will easily lead to vocal tension, causing singers to lose their natural vibrato and sound strained while singing. Just by listening to a musician perform, you can pretty easily tell which of them have overpracticed their instruments, as their voice is completely absent of tension. They are perfectly confident in their abilities to sing and play at the same time, just like the four of us are perfectly confident in our skills in Vermintide to clutch if need be while also diverting our attention to our chat or something else. Nervousness is of course something that everyone battles no matter who you are or what you do, but the nervousness we feel in a clutch situation is minute compared to the nervousness and stress someone else may feel, even if in the moment we have to focus for a little bit. However, there is one more reason why we're able to do this, and that's because of our confidence. We've spent so much time practicing that we have not only built up the muscle memory to do these things, but we have also built the confidence in ourselves and our abilities over the years. We all trust that our muscle memory will kick in and our fingers will do what needs to be done, and because of that, we are confident that we can shift our attention elsewhere while we stream and play Vermintide. Of course, sometimes our muscle memory malfunctions, which leads to some pretty funny moments. Ladder! But that is not the norm for us, which allows us to not only be skilled at the game, but be confident in our skill as well. Anyway, the bottom line is this. I could sit here and tell you what weapons to use, what classes to play, what specials to target, what spots to hold out in, and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, all of this knowledge that you'd have would be useless if you don't go out and use it for yourself. You can't expect someone who has never played piano before to pick it up and be good after watching a couple of guides on YouTube, and you also shouldn't expect yourself or anyone to be good at Vermintide after watching some streamers play or watching some guides on YouTube, mine or anyone else's. There really is no quick way to become skilled at clutching in Vermintide. You just need to play and practice enough to begin building not only your skill and muscle memory, but also the confidence to rely on these things when they are needed the most. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe for more Vermintide content in the future. See y'all next time.